See, this political season, what I would ask out of everyone is just what the opening music suggested.
Jose, can you see?
Get back. Get back to where you once belonged. Let's get back to what we know is true. The same stuff that was wrong when we were 6, it is wrong now. No matter what group is formed to fight for it, it's still wrong. You know, I've got a whole lot of friends of mine, believe it or not, they're homosexuals. Casey does too. Mm-hmm. Now, unfortunately, the moment Casey and I made our faith known, about half of those friends of ours, or people that we thought that were friends of ours, have turned their backs and just disavowed any knowledge of me and Casey.
As if we don't,
saying we don't love them. That we think they're going to go to hell. Casey, how many of your homosexual friends did you ever tell was going to go to hell?
I haven't said that to any of them.
You know, I've lived in a house with homosexuals.
So have I.
Never once. You know what? I was a Christian then. I was a Christian at that time. I believed in God. I believed in Jesus Christ. I believed in the Holy Bible. Not once, not ever once did I ever suggest that they would go to hell. Because I don't know, man. Being a Christian means you don't know.
And the thing is, the Bible says that homosexuality is a sin. It also says that heterosexual fornication is a sin. Now, I've got news for a lot of you homosexuals, and this is a pretty harsh thing to say, but you know what? I don't have any sympathy for you.
Nope.
Not when it comes to the sin thing. And you know why? Because I'm a heterosexual guy. I'm single. Okay? I can't fornicate either.
And every time you did, guess what?
It was a sin.
It was a sin.
Now, see, I'm not going to hell, okay, because I am redeemed.
Every time you got drunk, every time you did a drug, everything you did that went against the preaching of the Holy Bible was a sin.
It was a sin. And see, the thing is, I'm not doomed to hell because I've committed sins.
I don't believe any of my homosexual friends, but you know what? I've got friends of mine that's homosexuals that lay claim to Christianity. Do you think I'm going to tell them that they don't have a relationship with Jesus Christ?
No.
Are you crazy, man? You think I want to answer for that? No way.
See,
because I don't know. It's not up to me.
Now, I know that there are plenty of Christians out there who say that homosexuality is a special sin.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard it. I've heard it from from people before. Okay. Here now we're getting into theology, and I don't really want to go too much deeper into this because
but I do got something for you when you get done.
But you know, the thing is, there's all those things that are sins. Gluttony is one.
Mm-hmm. Pride.
Pride. I mean, there's a whole list of things that, if you're a Christian, you're just not supposed to do. And like I said, when it comes to homosexuality, you say, well, I can't be me and blah, oh, cry me a river. I don't get to exercise my heterosexuality without being married either. So I'm having to do without too.
Look at it this way. Now, this is something that I really encourage our listeners to double check me on. Please double check me on this. You go on the internet if you don't have a Bible. Go to the book of Galatians. It's in the New Testament. At one time in the history of the Christian church, in the very early history of the Christian church, there was one section of Christians that said the other section were huge special sinners because they wasn't getting circumcised.
Uh-huh.
Now, Paul, the Apostle Paul, who was a Jew, a circumcised Jew, wrote a letter to the church there in Galatia, and he said, hey, wait just a minute. No. See, we are Christians. We are followers of Jesus Christ who came to fulfill the law, which means that he, as a seed of Abraham, was being a gift to non-Jews. His sacrifice covered the Gentiles. That's us uncircumcised folks.
So, see, technically, after that, nobody had to be circumcised anymore.
That's right.
Because the law was fulfilled and we were given a more perfect law in the body of Christ.
There are still Jews in the world today, Orthodox Jews, who still hold to those first 5 books there in the Old Testament, those books of law. Now, granted, I'd be willing to bet that some of them Orthodox Jews don't make their wife go outside when she's got her monthly visitor and sleep outside. I bet you they don't, because I've been married a long time, and I can't imagine me. No, I'm not finna tell Tina that she got to go sleep outside. No time.
She'll burn your dinner.
Now, that's where a lot of people get their confusion. If you want to go by the Bible, you got to go by the whole Bible. Well, yes and no. You do need to study the whole Bible so that you can put that thing in perspective. My point in all of this is, I'm sick to death of you people telling me how tolerant I've got to be of you and you are intolerant of me. I'm sick of the homosexual crowd telling me how tolerant I've got to be of them when they're not tolerant of me. I'm tired of the feminists telling me how tolerant I've got to be for their right to kill an unborn baby. But they don't have to be tolerant of my views that killing an unborn baby is wrong. I'm tired of Hollywood putting out a movie claiming it to be a story from the Bible when their lead actor in this movie says that Moses was probably a schizophrenic and was the most barbaric person he had ever met or ever read about. I'm sick of that. I'm sick of politicians telling me that because I'm conservative, I'm the Antichrist. Or because I'm conservative, I want to control the world.
Because you're a conservative, you are Ebola.
I am worse than Ebola. I am worse than ISIS. You know, I posted a video on Facebook today, and I said I was going to talk about this. I posted a video that came from the Blaze, and it was a rather violent video, but it was about these 2 cities in Russia.
Chelyabinsk and Yekaterinburg or whatever, something like that.
They didn't like each other. Apparently, one was saying some nasty things about the other one, and the other one was saying some nasty things about the first one. So what they did was they said, you know what? You get your guys, and we're going to get our guys. We'll all pile in buses, and we'll meet here at this place on the road.
And we'll duke it out.
We'll duke it out.
With fists and feet.
Fists and feet. And let me tell you, what the funny part about the video is they're playing the wedding march throughout the whole thing. I thought that was hysterical. But you see them walking to they're walking up on each other, taking their time. Nobody's running or anything like that. It's not a gang thing. This is 2 cities that disagreed vehemently. So they meet out in this road, and first thing you know, fists and feet are flying. Nobody escaped that fight without blood. No, everybody got hit in the face a few times. Everybody got good and bloodied up. They kicked each other. They punched each other. But in less than 3 minutes,
it was over.
It was over, and they were picking each other up. The people who, not 30 seconds prior, were pounding each other and kicking each other in the teeth, were stooping over and picking each other up off the ground, dusting each other off, shaking hands, clapping each other on the back. They turned around, and they went back to their buses, and they went home.
Nobody died. Nobody got shot. Nobody brought a baseball bat to what was supposed to be just a Marquis of Queensberry rules.
Right. Skill on skill, skin on skin. No suicide vests, no drones. Casey and I are perfectly willing to meet those standards anywhere. if the entire Muslim world wants to duke it out fist to fist, well, let's meet at Megiddo and duke it out. If the homosexual community wants to meet the Christians on the field of battle, well, then let's throw down fist to fist. Feminists, you want to fight the non-feminists? I guarantee you my wife will meet you out on the ball field somewhere.
Well, no, remember we said women can't do this.
Well, that's true. That was one thing about the video I noticed. There were no women fighting because it's just a simple fact. Sorry, ladies, but y'all can't let this stuff go. I've yet to see two women fight and then go have a drink afterwards. I've seen plenty of men duke it out. I have duked it out with people and had a drink afterwards.
There's people that you and I both, we were talking about this earlier. There's people that Marty and I got in fisticuffs with when we were in high school that, I mean, there are times just minutes later we were like best buds again because we got the poison out. We got out whatever.
You think how mad you've got to be willing to be hit in the face over it? That's pretty mad.
But see, this isn't going to happen because the younger generation that's grown up.
Cowards.
Yeah, most of y'all. If y'all are under 30,
but man, look, there's people my age. There's people my age that cowards.
Sure.
And look, I'm calling out my own government. It is cowardly to fly a drone and shoot a man's car and kill the kid that's standing next to it. You are a coward, President Obama, for waging a war with drones. You are a coward for sending multiple airplanes over cities and just bombing them. Instead of sending men, and nowadays women, to the field of battle to have it out. It's cowardly. It's just as cowardly for the members of ISIS to go into a city, find all the women and just rape them. And take their little girls and behead them in the streets.
Sell the little girls.
Or to strap on a suicide vest and go into a crowded theater or into a shopping center. Oh, it takes a lot of guts to dope yourself up to the point that you don't know what you're doing and blow yourself to smithereens where you don't feel a thing because you're too scared to take a knuckle to the face. You cowards. We live in a world of cowards. You Christians that won't stand firm for your faith and won't let your kids pray at a football game because you're scared of some pansy-ass group's going to sue you, you are cowards, and I am ashamed that you call yourself a Christian. And call yourself my brother? My brother is sitting right across from me right now, and I know for a fact that he will put his back to mine, and we will take on all comers fist to fist, skin to skin, because we've done it. You people who call yourself my Christian brothers and sisters and are scared of a lawsuit, stop calling yourself Christians. You're ruining it for the rest of us. You people who call yourself conservative, but you bow to all this tolerance, screw you. You ain't a conservative. Conservative wouldn't do that.
Remember, conservatives, we're really the classical liberals. And for those of you who don't know, the classical liberals, well, some of our favorite ones were George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, James Madison, John Adams, Sam Adams, Patrick Henry.
John Jay.
These people were willing to fight and die for the principles of freedom. But in this day and age, instead of fighting for those things, we don't even want to fight a lawsuit.
Scared of a lawsuit.
We're scared.
It might be expensive.
I might have to go to court.
I don't want to testify, and everybody will know I'm a Christian then, and then I won't be able to get a contract. They won't nobody go to my school.
Or they
Cowards.
won't buy a cake from me.
We live in a country now where you're allowing your elected representatives